Today, we're going to be checking out Amon gameplay overview and Beyond the Borderlands Amon ability breakdown.
Skippy, I'm coming home!
Yeah.
I want it! I want it! I want it! I want it! Rejection! I soar upon metal wings!
Damn, he looks so dope.
Why will nobody play with me?
This is my main.
Fight me!
Ooh, that gun looks so good.
More power for the slaughter!
It's a Tommy gun.
My
Fears.
be loud and red.
I got a damn lightning sword. That thing looks awfully familiar. Oh, Onslaughter, Fist of Fury.
Was this the loud ending you wanted?
Gangsta. That looks dope.
Want it? Or
Let's go back. Where was it? Oh yeah, this guy. This guy looks so good. Yeah, that was that was a two axes or hammers, but one's lightning. Looks like electric. He threw it. It was lightning already. Then these are zapping them or something. Oh, look at that gun. Yo, I was gonna see it. There's gonna be some dope guns.
freeze and perish! My end will be loud and
What does that say? There's scrap. Yeah, he looks so good. Let's check out the Beyond. My main.
Amon is a ex-cultist turned warrior poet who really does not
Warrior
like
poet.
monsters. He is our largest character that we have ever made, even taller than Brick. He's a Viking. He is destruction incarnate. Amon is all about hitting hard and hitting fast. He comes on strong and he pretty much finishes the fight. If you're the kind of guy who wants to get up into people's faces, take down enemies that are larger than you, and look good doing it, he's your guy. Amon's cybernetics
Cybernetics.
tree is all about summoning his weapons. He already summons them in his hands to, slap people in the face.
Stuck in him.
But he can actually also summon autonomous drones. So you can have a floating sword, a floating axe, and a floating hammer, kind of tag teaming up
Yeah, it's
against
so
all the
dope.
adversity that you come across. Fun thing about Amon is that he actually gets what's called the Forge skill, and the Crucible's Forge skill, which is a secondary action skill, will actually see him take both axes, snap them together, and throw them at his enemies. It'll go out, it'll return, and it'll hit and damage people in both directions.
That
And if it hits any
ricocheted
of those
back.
actions, it'll also cause massive explosions.
For Amon's cybernetics tree, this really focuses in on his axes, both fire and ice. You have augments that allow you to change out the types.
Damn,
not
that's
only
such a
can
big
you throw the
radius.
axes, which is what you start with, You can also change it to throw hammers, and you can even throw some swords. So, for example, if you decide
I like
to
the
stick with the
spears.
axes, you have one
The spears look
where
so good.
if you throw the ice one, you can actually pierce through enemies.
Amon's Crucible sees him take out 2 elemental axes. One is fire and one is frost that you can chuck into your enemies to deal massive elemental damage. And if you end up killing them, they'll actually explode.
What makes Amon's Crucible a really cool skill to use is it kind of sells this
Amon.
sensation of being this big hulking Viking.
Damn, look at
when you're
that
going around
little
with your
gun.
forge axes, and you got one with fire, you got one in ice, and being able to just throw them around, pick them up, and chain it between enemies is something that feels really cool to do.
That gun looks good. Dope.
Amon's Vengeance tree is all about taking lots of damage and dealing it back out. Special mechanic for that tree is something called Elemental Affinities, where he will actually get rewarded for killing enemies with specific elemental types and doing different elemental attacks. So he can create a gigantic ground fissure to ignite his enemies. He can summon lightning bolts from the sky to zap them. It's a really good time.
For Amon's Vengeance tree, this is the Forge Wave ability that comes from his shield to explode on enemies. You have something that allows him to taunt,
Explode on
really
enemies.
helps if you're actually playing with friends, and we do encourage that. You can also throw the shield. For those of you who are familiar with the pre-sequel, that might feel a little familiar.
Ah, the
to you.
pre-sequel,
There's also
baby,
the
it's getting a
option
reference.
to use a spear instead of his whip, which when you throw it, it bursts into shock damage.
Amon's Scourge action skill sees him take out a gigantic shield to absorb lots of damage, which will then
What?
actually transform into a elemental whip where he can take
Yeah,
that
Amon's
energy
dope.
and toss it back at his enemies. The Forge skill that is associated with Scourge is actually called Firewall, which, as the name might imply, makes a giant wall of fire that will deal damage to enemies who pass
see why-
through it, block
I see why they,
projectiles that are coming in, and buff your projectiles
him.
going out.
What
Or-
makes this one particularly badass is the sensation of becoming a tank. You get to
Yes,
whip out a
sir,
shield
baby.
and also a literal whip.
I was seeing
So you
like
get
a
to sit
super
there
leap or
and just
something.
soak up damage either for yourself to give yourself some breathing room, or if
But, I
you're
mean-
playing with friends, get in the mix and drag the
That's
attention
okay.
to yourself.
Calamity.
Amon's Calamity tree is all about bringing the fight to enemies. Empower your fist in so many different ways that I think players are really going to enjoy. The main mechanic is to actually cause weakness to your enemies, which makes them deal
Weakness.
significantly less damage and take a little bit more damage.
Significantly
and there's
less
specific
damage.
ways in that tree to make those that you have inflicted weakness upon explode.
that
and it's
hammer,
pretty
bro.
nice.
For Amon's Calamity Tree, one of the options for this allows you to really up your durability. This particular augment will allow you to buff yourself back up in order to stay in the fight a lot longer. You have the option for the Rocket Punch to change its elements to suit your particular needs. You even have the option
Ooh, look at
to
that
allow
guy.
the punch to have its own follow-ups in order to actually execute enemies that are below a
looks
certain
pretty
health
cool.
threshold, which I'm personally always a fan of those kind of things. And also has the option to prime enemies, which is a thing that's unique to Amon, which allows him to detonate enemies under specific conditions.
Amon's skill
Prime?
Onslaughter gives him an empowered fist to punch his enemies and dash across the battlefield. You can use it over and over, and you can use it while you're mixing it up with your guns to get into close range with like a shotgun, so you can do a 1-2 punch. The associated Forge skill with Onslaughter is called Molten Slam, where you see Amon take out a gigantic hammer and just slam it to the ground, causing pretty much elemental devastation all around it.
This
Yes,
one
sir.
is particularly badass because you get this nice, big, meaty, like fire hammer. Whenever you just get that wind up and
That
that
sucks.
big explosion that happens afterwards once you slam it down.
Slam it
there's
down, and
really
it looks like a
satisfying
giant
feeling,
crater.
but
I've
also
seen a
you
little
do
bit
get
of
a
it.
cool rocket punch as well. Like you do get a couple little things in there, so that's always fun too.
I call an iron
The hammer, I mean the swords, bro. Oh my god. Amon is lit. That'll be it. My reaction to Amon's abilities. We still got his like background, like trailer, I guess. Like Rafa got one right here. Character short. Then Vex got this one. I think Amon's next. So what did it do? It went from the Vex short, then gameplay, And then ability breakdown. Amon went from ability break. Oh, they skipped designing. Oh wait, no, down here. Anyway, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Peace.